And we should be live. Welcome to the Bardic Inspiration Podcast. Today, it brings me great joy to invite my man here, Zack Edwards, Russian style 10P.
Yes.
The 10th planet leg locker guy.
Leg locker guy, yeah.
That I think of when I think of leg locking stuff. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm alright. So the first question I ask fighters when they come on my show, like historically, I'm going to just kind of keep this trend going. What is the fight song that you come out to? Like, what makes a good fight song? The walkout song.
Try and keep it different every time. You know, I don't like to do the same song over and over again every time. I was thinking about, like, usually I'll do covers or something, like Five Finger Death Punch, or I'm actually thinking of using Flight of the Valkyries for the one that I'm going to be doing, so that'll be fun.
That's fucking dope.
Hell yeah. I don't know, anything that can get me pumped up personally. I don't care what other people think. It's something that can get me pumped up while I walk out to it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think it's
I try not to do like the ones that get played over and over again.
Yeah.
Like
you want to be original.
Fort Miners, Remember the Name, X Gon' Give It To You, DMX. You know, the ones that you hear like 4 or 5 times a night.
Yeah.
I don't pick those.
4 or 5 times a night. It's like, oh man, a real original idea, man. Let me just hit one thing really quick. I forgot. I want to hit the record. All right, yeah, we should be good. All right, my bad. That's the backup track in case things go awry.
Hey.
It sounds quiet.
But it sounds clear.
Huh.
Let me just.
I'm
gonna just boost up the master.
Boost. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, kablam, pow, wham, clap. I guess it is working well. Brought it up. Boom, kablam. Let me do the output.
Yeah, like I have to have it all the way up here.
Hello. Ha.
I guess we should have probably did this beforehand.
No, it's good now. It's good now. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that's a lot better, right? Yeah. All right, my bad. Technical difficulties. I'm fucking used to it.
Okay.
So last weekend was the big fight to win.
Yes.
Had a lot of SAS team guys on there.
Yeah. Andrew and Pat did really good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they both went against tough people.
Yeah.
Andrew went against the guy that literally only does gi and blew his ankle out. So I was proud of him. That guy was tough, man.
Yeah,
I think if he was more positional at the end and didn't give up that armbar attempt that Plyler had, he probably would have pulled it out.
Yeah. What was your favorite fight of the night?
Honestly, the judo match was that throw that he had and then went to that bow and arrow choke right off of it. That was like the only match where I was like, damn, that was dope. Other than Padilla's match, which Mike Padilla is like famous for having dope matches and quick finishes, but you know, just want to change it up a bit. You know,
Yeah.
that literally, I was standing there, I was like, damn, that was dope.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on the judo one. That thing was incredible. It makes me wish Brent didn't leave. I wanted to do more judo shit. Like as a result, I'm like, fuck, I need to learn how to get a takedown right into a submission like that guy had. That shit was super dope.
That was awesome. But I mean, you know, the same usual boring main events and co-main events that Spriggs and Tex Johnson walked off the stage because everybody was booing him. Everybody started booing him then. But I mean, dude, if you're just gonna sit down and let people try and pass your guard the whole time and not look like you're doing anything, that's what's gonna happen. You know.
Do you agree with what happened? I mean, the other guy obviously was doing more of the approaches. Doing more engagement.
As far, like I'm a butt scooter myself, so if somebody's not engaging with me, I'm gonna try and, you know, do like an ankle pick, stand up, or try something instead of just sit there and let them try and engage you. But I mean, yeah, we all know you sit and butt scoot and break people's ankles in 30 seconds, but you know, do something to make the engagement happen. If he would have been a little bit more engaging or tried something, I think maybe he would have been able to get the decision. But he didn't do anything, and Tim Spriggs was literally the only one doing anything, regardless of how little it was.
Yeah.
He was the only one doing something.
Well, you could tell too that Texas game was that. Like,
yeah,
he was he's good at that position and he wouldn't falter from it.
Yeah.
So
Which,
yeah,
I mean, you can't blame a guy for doing it, but you can't get mad when the decision doesn't go your way for playing that game. You
defense
gotta
the
live and
entire
die by
game,
the sword. So,
absolutely.
Wagner versus JT was pretty much a snooze fest. But I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It was a lot of stand up, and JT, once JT took him down, it was just JT on top, and Wagner couldn't really do anything with him and his guard. So
yeah, man, his guard was like crazy impenetrable. I remember that. Definitely something to aspire to. Something I wanted to personally ask you was, is there a fight that you've done in the past that you'd like a rematch on?
There's quite a few, man. Quite a few. I had a match with Aaron Harris, which was a good match. He's a tough dude. He's really tough. He's really good at his position. He's really good at double outside ashi, which is something I've been working on to get better at defending, because getting against all these people, which, I mean, it's easy to defend, but when you go against somebody that's as skilled as Aaron, which is pretty much, I mean, he loves that position. I mean, it's the same way with me in 50-50. You know, a lot of people aren't good at 50-50, but I love 50-50. I hunt for 50-50. So, I mean, it's the same thing.
I know from experience. 50-50 is your home.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it's just another one of those things. I'd like to say Andrew again, but we're pretty much teammates now, so that'll never happen unless we meet up
into the bracket or something.
Yeah, in a bracket. But that was a fun match we had, him and I. It went, I think it was like an 8-minute match or whatever that ended up with him getting a decision over me.
Where was that?
That was Ultimate Submission Grappling, run by Mike Wilson out of Gorilla BJJ. There we go. Sorry about that, Mike.
Yeah.
Had a brain fart there for a minute.
Yeah.
But that was a good event. I was kind of waiting for him to do it again, but he ended up changing schools and moving to a real nice, newer facility. So hopefully once he gets squared away and gets everything the way he wants to there, he'll start up Ultimate Submission Grappling again. That was a really fun event.
Are you having a hard time taking me seriously with this hat on?
A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, no doubt. So, do you have any competitions coming up that you're looking forward to that you're participating in?
Yeah, so
I know you like. I'm surprised you didn't end up on that Fight to Win card. Actually, everyone and their mom was on that damn card.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I applied for them. I don't get on. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll get on. They usually like to load it with the local guys, TAC Team, BJJ, Balance. Which, I mean, they're good schools and all, but let me bang, bro.
Yeah.
Let me bang, bro. I'd love to get on that card and showcase my talent, but it'll come or it won't.
Yeah.
But I'll just keep doing my thing. I got Men of War coming up September 28th.
Nice.
Finishers 10 is going to be November 16th, and they're also going to be doing Finishers Open 3, which is going to be open registration to EBI rules, white and blue belt division, and purple, brown, and black. It's going to be run by my boy Zack MacLean.
Yeah,
and
Andrew just tagged me in that on Facebook.
Yeah, it's going to be a real dope event again, like usual. Probably going to have 150, 200 people show up for that.
To compete?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's going to be a good...
If I don't compete, I'll definitely be there to spectate.
I think you should definitely compete, just because you're injured or whatever. I mean, I've been injured for the past 2 years, and I've been competing the entire... My first super fight ever, which was it Submission Arena 4 or 5? Before they went to the SAGC. Believe I had my elbow popped, and it was really badly hurt. And
someone armbarred you.
No, it was my one training partner, Jules, put me in a Americana, and it just came quick and nice little pop there. So that was scary. Then my first time on Men of War, I was rolling with the Mongoloid Miles Pruznik at our school, and he put me in a truck, and I went to flip the truck, and my knee just went katoosh, and I ended up going to Zack seminar at Valley later that night and could barely walk. Pat gave me a knee brace for that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do any rolling. We went through the seminar, like halfway through the first round, I started rolling on it, and woke up the next day and could barely bend my leg.
Damn, dude. What did you do?
I don't know. I never got checked out.
You're a dickhead, bro. You're out of control. It sounds like some ACL kind of stuff.
No, I think it was a PCL. ACL is more of the outside anterior. I was actually talking to one of the doctors at our school. He's like, calf crushers are usually PCL injuries, so that's probably what it was, but I don't know. I ended up, I think it was Friday morning that happened. Saturday, couldn't bend it. Sunday, couldn't bend it. And then Sunday night comes around, I'm like, well, I'm going to pop a handful of ibuprofens. If I can bend it tomorrow morning, I'm going to compete. If I can't, I'm going to have to back out. I woke up the next morning. I was able to bend my leg. I was like, here we go.
Yo, you're out of control. That's pretty crazy, man. I think that sets you apart from, I don't want to say like scrubs or anything, but like it definitely sets you apart from the competition that you're that like head steadfast in your mental that you're like, if I can do this, I can compete on.
Yeah.
That's sure. Actually, I could probably take a lot of hints from you on that. So, like this injury that I have, how long do you, if you aren't, let's say you're not lined up for a competition, but you're injured like, you know, just recently, but you're planning on doing a competition at the end of the month, like how long's like the minimum, like if it's a pretty serious injury for you, like what's your wait time?
So depending on what it was, like I've been blessed with not having too many major injuries.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really tell you if it's a major injury or not. Like a torn ACL, that's probably like a year or whatnot.
Yeah.
One of the brown belts now, up at 10th Planet Long Island, he just went through ACL surgery. I think it's been about a year for him. So PJ Barch out in 10th Planet Spring Valley, runs that out there. Wicked good black belt. Had his ACL torn, and I believe he's probably just getting into live training again. So it's good to have him back competing again, because he was a big part of our quintet team. You know, him, Thor, they're gonna kill it if they ever get that quintet going out in Japan again or Vegas, wherever they're gonna do it.
That's awesome.
Thor, by the way, bringing up Thor, ADCC, September 28th. That's gonna be dope. Watching him compete, you know, training with the guy every day. It's like.
And you mentioned to me that he's actually, is he the one running the new Allentown 10th
Yeah,
Planet?
he's going to be
awesome,
the owner of 10th Planet Allentown. It's right over on Cedar Crest Boulevard, right next to the TGI Fridays. That's right there, right across from Dorney Park, right next door to Dorney Park, whatever you want to call it. I believe they're going to be starting construction on it soon. They just had the lease sign and everything, so that's all good to go. They're going to do construction, and I believe they want to start classes in September. So hit up 10th Planet Bethlehem.com to get your 10th Planet Allentown, what do they call those things?
Waiver and
waiver enrollment. There we go. Enrollment.
Yeah. That's funny. No, that's awesome. We'll definitely. I have to edit the description, which I'll take care of before you go. With just the information, we could probably throw that link down there too. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's solid. So you said you've injured yourself the day before a tournament.
It was a week. It was a week before. It was like I said. It's actually funny. So, I was still in school at the time. Woke up late. Ended up going down to school. Got there at like 8 o'clock in the morning. My teacher was actually like really ill.
Yeah.
And I ended up leaving school at 9 a.m. and came back home and was like, oh, perfect time. I could just go right to the gym. I shouldn't have gone right to the gym because that's when I hurt myself. But, you know, it is what it is.
Sometimes, man, you just like I think that's what the situation was for me. I was just eager to train. I just wanted to roll with anybody.
You know, when you're hurt, you got to train a little bit differently. You can't always do what you want to do, but you got to be aware that, you know, I didn't you know, I was going into that match thinking he's not touching my left leg. You know, so you gotta defend that leg more. Or if he does get a hold of it, you know, all right, you got it. Tap early, tap often. That's the mindset you gotta have. Not even when you're injured, just so you don't get injured.
Yeah.
Tap early, tap often.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times white belts come in, and I'll have them in a choke or an arm bar or whatever, and they just won't tap, and I let go of it anymore. You know, I don't want to hurt the guy.
Yeah.
You know, with a choke, it's a little bit differently. They'll just go to sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to break anything.
No,
though.
yeah, with an armbar or a Kimura, like, I'll take it to where I think it'll stop, or to where they'll tap, and I'll let go, and then we'll reset, and it'll be like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know, you just got out of it, dude. You're really good.
Oh man, no, I think that's kind of the way you should rule with like white belts, though.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally getting to that level where I can get shit and I just know to just move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
because
I mean, a lot of people are stubborn. I mean, even when we have people come in that aren't white belts, like they come in from another school or whatnot, and they pick me out like, oh, that's that guy, that leg lock guy. And I'm gonna rip on his heel. I'm like, okay, dude, you have it. If you're gonna go 100% on a leg lock when I'm just trying to chill and roll, and I'm gonna tap every time, you know, I'll live to train the next day, even in competition. If I feel like you got it caught, I'm caught. You know, there's no two ways around it. I'm not gonna let you break my shit and be out for 7 months. You know, if it's a quick thing like bang bang and something breaks, I mean, that's a little different story then. But if I'm in a heel hook or a toe hold or a knee bar and I feel like I'm caught, I'm just gonna tap and train the next day.
In that competition that you said you had injured yourself a week prior, was leg game kind of your plan still, or were you kind of trying to do other things to kind of keep your leg away from any kind of situation?
So it wasn't too bad because I was still a blue belt at the time.
Was it a bracket or a super fight?
It was a super fight, so there was no twisting leg locks or anything, and the guy I was going against was a wrestler type, so I wasn't really too worried about him cranking on a leg lock or anything, because if he's cranking on a straight ankle, it wouldn't really affect my knee at all. If you got a knee bar on me or something, I would obviously tap, but I wasn't planning to have any of that go down. He was a really big guy, real strong dude. Edmir Sokoli is out of Nick Catone MMA, UFC Hall of Famer, really tough.
Did he outweigh you?
Yeah, he was like, I stepped on a scale like 83, 82, something like that, and he's like, I was like 198 the night before. I was like, damn, dude.
Chill.
Cut weight like a mother to get down to 85. I was like, whew. But I can't say anything because been there, done that. I cut down to 55 before. That was awful. Miserable. Never cut a lot of weight by yourself.
Yeah.
Because I was actually to the point where I was getting lightheaded towards the end of it. Like, I was good down to about 160, and then it sank real quick. I was supposed to do finishers 155 qualifier, and I had to back out of that because that was the same day, and I was like, I can't. I walked out like Bambi, like could barely walk.
That's crazy.
Went home, drank 2 bottles of Pedialyte, let it sit for a while, ate small. I woke up the next morning, felt fine, had like a light breakfast of like eggs and shit, and then drove all the way out to New York. I made it to the finals and lost to Rob Daigle. I think I was probably walking at like 175 at that point. I gained about 20 pounds overnight.
That's crazy. Damn, dude, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So what were you doing to cut weight? And how long did you have? Like, what was your window of weight cutting?
So it wasn't too long of a window. I basically cut down to... So, just by proper diet and going to the gym, I got down to about 170, just regular. And then 185, 190. Probably 185, yeah.
That's what you walk around at?
Yeah. And then from there, it was... the week before, I thought I was going to be okay to just do my normal weight cut of like, I think it was like 15 pounds or whatnot. But like I said, so my weight cut usually start off, depends on what day it is, if it's a Friday night weigh-in, a Saturday weigh-in. If it's a Saturday weigh-in, I'll start my water loading Monday, 2 gallons of water. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be a gallon each. Thursday will be about half a gallon, and then Friday will be a quart of water. And then I usually do about, I think, 12 hours or 24 hours before the weigh-in. I don't have any water intake, and that's when I'll do my sauna. Friday night I'll do the sauna if I have to. Saturday morning I'll do my sauna too. So, and when I do a sauna, it starts off 20 minutes for the first round. Then I take a 5-minute break, cool down a little bit, but you don't want to let your body cool down too much. You just don't want to get too exhausted. Then I do 15 and a 5-minute break, and then 10 on, 5 off until I make weight. Learned that from Zack McLean. The one time I was chilling in a sauna with him.
Yeah, I did a similar thing when I was cutting weight for that Grappling Industries thing. And what I was doing is I had my water bottle there. I wasn't using it to drink. It would have cold water in it. But when I'd start feeling lightheaded, I'd just dump it on my head, and then I'd take my break then, just to kind of I want to keep the temperature here good, but then I just let my body do the work.
No, I usually don't touch water because I don't want to cool my body down. I want it to stay warm.
Yeah. Well, I was only dumping it on my head. I'd be like this just to keep myself from getting lightheaded in the sauna.
Yeah, it gets.
Well, you're going you said at the end, 10 minutes off, 5 off. Dude, you're in there for a good hour by the end of that at least.
More than that.
Damn.
I did about. So when I sit in a sauna, I can usually lose about 2 pounds of water weight every hour. So.
Dude, that's crazy.
I cut about 22 pounds of water weight in 2 days.
That's crazy.
For that 55 match, Thursday and Friday. And
what was your diet like?
For that one, nothing. There was literally,
you were just
I was literally starving myself for that week. I had 2 eggs in the morning, and then I'd cut a chicken breast in half and eat one for lunch and the other half for dinner. It was a whole lot.
Just 2 eggs,
2 eggs.
No jelly on
2
the
eggs,
toast or nothing like that.
No, 2 eggs. No ketchup.
Hard boiled?
No, it was just scrambled. I just scrambled them up. Yeah.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
No salt. No
salt.
That's terrible for you for cutting weight. That's gonna hold water in on you. So that's just gonna hold water in, and I want to get out. So it was just eggs, and half a chicken breast at lunch, and another half at dinner. It was funny. I was cutting weight for an event not too long ago, and manager was out was handing out checks to all our toolboxes, and she's like, "Why do you sit out here?" I'm like, "Well, I'm cutting weight." And she looked at me, obviously befuddled at what I meant. I was like, "I just don't want people asking me why I'm not eating anything." She's like, "Oh, okay," or why I'm eating so little, should I say? And she's like, "All right, fair enough," and then just left me alone. I just like to be alone. I don't like to be bothered by people asking me questions about, "Oh, what are you doing this for? What are you doing that for?" Just dude, weight cut week is like a girl PMSing. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm cranky. I'm hungry. I'm dehydrating myself.
You need to stay in the zone.
Get the fuck get away from me.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I ended up losing to Rob Daigle in the final. Speaking of ankle injuries, he sprained my ankle pretty hard. But the same thing, right then and there, I just was back in the gym the next day. I'm just aware that I'm injured, doing so much. If somebody grabs a hold of my right ankle, okay, you got it. It's just one of those things. You just gotta work around it. You'd be amazed at what your body can do if you just let it warm up. That's something that Zack told me a while ago. MacLean, my coach. He's like, man, he's like, you might feel like shit when you walk in, but he's like, you just start warming up and rolling light and everything. It's like everything starts to loosen up, and your body gets into that fight or flight mode, and then you just keep going with it. And I was like, science, always cooking up science in the lab. But that was a tough one too, losing at Daigle. That was tough. I'd like to get a rematch and like
Yeah.
an absolute with him. I'm not cutting a 55 again to fight him.
No doubt. That's funny. Wasn't he at
Yeah, SAGC.
Yeah.
I think against Ellis Karadag.
Yes, and he
Yes.
was just at the
Fight to win.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew
Going
I saw
against
the names.
going against the Atos boys.
Yeah, man.
Very good.
Yeah.
I was having fun trolling them all night.
Yeah, that Robert, he has a sweet mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
I
does.
gotta say, man.
Yeah.
It takes a certain individual to rock that thing, man. That boy's thick, man.
Yep.
It's a good look, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can't really say anything too negative about him because you'll get fucking ankles ripped off and
Yeah.
everything. But
No,
no,
that's
he's a beast. He trains under Donaher and those
Mhm.
guys up there, and I think he helps run classes out at Long Island MMA and somewhere else if I'm not mistaken. But I can't remember the name of it. I just remember Long Island MMA. But he's a beast, man. He goes over his drills. He drills everything. You know, it's all about drilling. Drillers make killers. Everybody asks, oh, how's the quickest way to get better? Drill and show up. If you're sitting at home, if you're only training 2 to 3 times, I have actually a good story about it. If you're only training 2-3 times a week, you ain't ever gonna catch up to the guys that are training every day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My first 3 tournaments was just absolutely mauled me. I didn't get anywhere close to winning a match.
Like white belt
Yeah,
tournaments?
yeah. It was actually at ADCC amateurs I did, and I lost to Savion Moranin the one match.
Oh, man.
I didn't even realize until we had our match at SAGC that he's like, yeah, I beat you at ADCC. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, you were the one that
Small
changed
world.
me from going a 2 to 3 time a week guy to literally 6 to 7 days a week in the gym. You know, after that, I almost had a triangle on him and he escaped, and I was like, fuck, dude, like it was there. I had to win. And I was in the gym 6-7 days a week. Next tournament came up, absolutely destroyed all my competition in there. And that was the last white belt event I did. Did blue belt at Good Fight as a white belt still, and rolled through all them guys there, and I think I had like a minute 50 of total mat time in like 3 matches. So it was like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and like something else. And then I did Naga. I did expert for the first time. I didn't get it. I lost on points. Second time I did Naga, I ended up getting 3rd. Got my first heel hook there. Felt good. That was about.
You did expert at blue belt?
As a white belt.
As a white belt?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. I was doing, like I said, last time I did blue belt match was about 6 months into me training. And then I went on and did a Naga, and I was about 8-9 months into training as a white belt, and just heel hooked a motherfucker. Oh, it felt so good, and then from there it was all downhill. Leg lock, leg lock, leg lock. I think I have one submission this year that isn't a leg lock, and it was an arm bar down in Jacksonville, which is pretty cool. Hit a flying arm bar, so that was pretty dope.
You're about to travel to do something here pretty soon, aren't you?
I'm going out to California for vacation, but it's not really a vacation because I'm going to be working my ass off every day out there to get better.
Yeah. You're going to be hitting the 10th planet out there.
Fuck yeah. 10th planet. Yeah, I'm going to be doing HQ. Train with my boy Marvin for a couple days. Then head down with Boogie and Gio down at San Diego. Come back up, learn from Master Eddie Bravo, maybe hit up John Jock's school, try and hit up Gracie's school. I'm just going to go out there and learn. And then maybe hit up Combat Jiu-Jitsu, EBI. Watch some people get slacked. Funny story, there's a guy on there that I ended up heel hooking out at Midwest Finishers. So good luck to him. Hopefully he can slap a fool. I know he likes to slam people. So I can only imagine he likes to slap the shit out of him too. He has a post on Instagram where he was on Fight to Win and he slammed a dude like 11 times. I was like, damn. Dude.
Dude just wrapped his guard up.
Yeah,
and
he
said,
just
"All
started
right,
slamming him
boy."
over and over again. I was like, fuck that, man.
That's awesome, though. So, speaking of like the EBI and stuff with the combat jiu-jitsu, can you give me a brief opinion on what you think is the best rule set? Like, is it the IBJJF, the Naga rule set? Like, what's your opinion
definitely
on
not IBJJF
Yeah.
rule set, because I don't know why they don't allow even a knee bar as a blue belt or a purple belt.
Yeah.
The heel hook
we
thing.
could close that.
The heel hook thing is it's whatever.
Oh my man. Kaboom. Checkmate.
Got them long arms. Oh yeah, Squidbilly. That's what they call me. Live action Squidbilly coming at you soon, I guess.
I'll drink to that.
Drink to that. Where's that? Yeah, we'll drink to that, right?
man.
We got a little bottle of Evan Williams. A little bit of leg locks and whiskey. How about?
Oh my goodness.
I dropped it. Party foul.
You're cut off. You're cut off, Zach.
But yeah, no, I personally love EBI rules just because everybody says, oh, it complements stalling, which it really doesn't if you're on EBI. The only way you're gonna win money is if you submit the dude in regulation. You're not gonna get, you get $5,000 per sub in regulation out of EBI. If you have all 4 matches go into overtime, you just wasted all your money going out there and beating everybody in overtime with no money out of it. Which some people, I guess, they got that ego that they want to have, they want to win that way, but whatever. I prefer to win quick, fast, lean, and mean, you know what I'm saying?
All day, man.
IBJJF, I mean, I can't really talk too much shit on it. I mean, I always do anyways, fuck the IBJJF. But, it is what it is, man. I mean, everybody can take advantage of every rule set.
No
There's
doubt.
always there's no perfect rule set that nobody can not take advantage of, because there's always going to be that one dude that can find a way to take advantage of it. You saw I think it was the first or second combat jiu-jitsu. The guy was like, there was no rule about, oh well, if your knee's down, that's when you can start slapping. Well, the dude literally came out and just had one knee down and was just throwing slaps like it was a fucking boxing match. So somebody's going to be able to take advantage of a rule, which thankfully Edgy Brav took care of that, because nobody wanted to see a whole bunch of fucking one kneeling dude throwing a bunch of slaps and shit. That's not fun. If you want to throw slaps standing up, then do MMA. Combat jiu-jitsu was made to show that, jiu-jitsu can be done in a street fight scenario and you will fuck someone up. And that's just with open hand strikes, palm strikes. It's not even throwing punches or elbows or anything. Like, imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
So, would you ever do a combat jiu-jitsu fight?
yeah, I wanted to get on this one. I was actually going out to California for it, and I was going to go out to do a qualifier event, but it got moved up for Subversive qualifier as well, for Fight to Win Subversive, and they just combined the two into one, and I was like, oh well, I'll get my chance eventually, hopefully one day. Hopefully they'll go to just regular EBI and combat jiu-jitsu and like teeter-totter back and forth, because I really don't want to get smacked in the face by like a Diego Sanchez looking motherfucker. Dude's insane. He's crazy good too, so
No doubt.
I'd rather just go out there and do jiu-jitsu, but to each their own.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch, but I prefer regular jiu-jitsu. A lot of people actually can't pass the physical to get on the combat jiu-jitsu, which is another thing that I think that
Pass the physical?
yeah, you got to get like a fighter physical. If you can't fight MMA, you need an MMA license to do combat jiu-jitsu.
Because it's striking.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure, so don't quote me 100%, but I think Gio had to back out of the one match that he was supposed to be in a 135, I believe, and I don't think he could do that, so I don't know. But don't quote me on that. Probably shouldn't have even said anything. But Gio's a beast. I can't wait to train with him too, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's pretty cool. Another thing I was kind of interested in asking you about was, like, how old are you right now?
26.
And you're a purple belt.
Yes.
And that's pretty good. You think like where you're at? Do you think you're doing well for your experience and everything?
Yeah, I think I'm doing all right. I'm able to to hang with some, world class dudes. I still get beat up by other world class dudes, but I mean, if I can, to say the fact that I'm not just going up against your average Joe purple belt at a local Yoko tournament like 90 other percent of these boys out there are, I think I'm doing all right.
I mean, you've tapped brown belts in competition before.
I've tapped brown belts, black belts.
Damn, I didn't even know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, my first submission at Naga Expert was against a black belt and a heel hook. So that was fun. As a white belt. So that was fun. I have a couple under my belt. I have a couple black belts. But, at this point, belts really don't matter anymore because there's just the old school black belts that, refuse to train leg locks for however long it was. They're, like Pat says all the time, he's like, I'm a black belt, but when it comes to leg locks, he's like, I'm a white or a blue belt. And I was, it takes a man to admit it.
Yeah.
And I've been working with him on the leg locks, so.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, oh yeah, by the way, going to be, once I get back from California, I will be teaching on Friday nights at Valley Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice.
So 6:30 p.m.
I heard rumors about it. I didn't know it was locked in. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, he wants to call it Flat Earth Friday, but no, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. So.
Yo, that's disrespectful. Oh shit, bro. Flat Earth Friday. Oh shit, bro.
I'm not into the whole flat Earth theory, so I was like,
That's
about
funny, bro.
something else.
Yeah. Is this tripping you out right now?
No, it's cool.
Planets?
It's
No,
cool.
okay.
I love astronomy.
Right, good shit,
if I
man.
wanted to, do homework and write 30-page essays and spend a couple $100,000 on university, I probably would have taken up astronomy as a major and been an astronomer. But I have no desire to write 30-page essays and write books about shit. So
In space.
like,
That's awesome.
just went to school to be a diesel mechanic then.
Yeah. So that's what you do as your day job.
Yep.
Then.
Diesel mechanic by day, leg locker by night. That's the way I like it.
So can you, because I've never been to a 10th Planet gym. Like, I've never been to one yet.
You haven't showed up to one of our open mats?
No,
You
and I was
fuck.
I know.
You're
I'm
a piece
bum.
of shit.
Yeah, ring my ass a little more. I deserve it, honestly. I've been invited so many times. I really wanted to make it out to the 4th of July one.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking there, man.
Yeah, everyone.
I'm so
Literally
upset.
everyone,
Yeah,
except
man.
you.
Yeah, I feel like a bum, man. It makes me feel bad. But 10th Planet has like your training style, like even I guess the names of some of your positioning and stuff, and just the culture. Can you just give me like a brief overview of someone that trains jiu-jitsu that's never been to a 10th Planet gym? Like, what is the difference? Like, what can I expect walking in there?
I would say pretty much the only major difference is, the names that we refer to them as, which, I mean, we pretty much, as a whole system, refer to those names, so it would make it easier to have, Boogie coached me when I was on it, and he was able to just throw out a name, and I just remembered it. A lot of times people from other schools that might call it, so, for example, we have a Jean-Jacques sweep. We call it a Jean-Jacques sweep. Whatever you guys call it, I don't know. That's the only name I ever referred to, but it's basically just a butterfly sweep. So that's probably what you guys refer to it as. But if somebody says Jean-Jacques 1 or Jean-Jacques 2, like, I'll know, one's this way, and if it fails, then I'm going to take the underhook and take them the other way. So we have different names. Just, that's pretty much the only real difference. All the jiu-jitsu is the same. All the training's the same. I don't get what the whole thing is about 10th Planet being, a different school, a different jiu-jitsu school. Why? Because we took the no gi off. But if you go down to
You took the what?
take the gi off, and it's just no gi.
Yeah.
A lot there's quite a few 10th Planet schools that have a gi system. 10th Planet Newark just opened up, has a gi system that they do. So it's not like
Yeah. It's not
I
like
don't
completely
it's not like it's
abandoned that whole
completely
idea of
abandoned.
that,
And
yeah.
here I mean I
And
still
you guys still do belts, right?
yeah, when we still get ranked, I still go and train in the gi even though I only have one, and it takes a while to wash it then. I only do gi probably like once a week, just cause whatnot. But I don't even really train it. I just go and do open mats and bring it with. If people have the gi on, I just roll my no-gi style, and I'll try and do some kind of weird gripping, but a lot of times I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I just
Oh, dude, I'll say like between like learning leg locks and stuff and learning gi like in the beginning, I think learning gi in the very beginning with my background in doing like wrestling and some no gi stuff, dude, I fucking hated it because I just
Yeah.
had no fucking idea what I was doing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
everyone was just grabbing my
Yep.
lapels and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Because just
Get
freaking
off
out.
me.
It's just
Get
I just
off
didn't know
me.
what to do. You just,
Yeah, I mean,
I just had
usually I
no
roll
semblance.
when I roll against people at an open mat. It's usually pretty flowy. Every once in a while, you go against that one black belt that just hold your pant legs and will just hold you there for 6-7 minutes and not do anything, thinking he's beating you because obviously we're just playing for a point title at an open mat, you know. So, but no, I mean it's not too different. I hold my own in the gi. John Battle, it was funny. I went to roll with him in the gi a couple weekends ago, and he's like, "I thought you were gonna change your game up completely," and he's like, "Nope, we still were going for leg lock." So I was like, "Yeah, I still go for it, man. The only thing I can't do is heel hook in the gi, so I toe holds,
Knee
Russian,
bars.
knee bars. I can't do a fucking knee bar." But yeah, man, it's just I don't get it. I just jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu, and regardless of if you're training gi or no gi, I definitely feel like you're getting more out of it than refusing to do one or the other. But it is what it is.
That's awesome. So, is there a person that you would like to fight that you haven't had the chance to yet? Like, do you want a grudge match? Is there anybody?
Not really a grudge match, just somebody I like to test my skills against.
Yeah,
There's a Justin Rennick out in Texas. He's pretty good. Try to get a match set up with him a couple times. That hasn't been able to go down. Jason Rao obviously is at the top of the list. I'd love to get a match against him. He's obviously another Danaher dude. Nick Ronan, we were supposed to have a match, and he ended up getting injured before our Sogi super fight.
Yeah.
That was probably going to be a co-main event. But pretty much anybody from Danaher's school. I mean, those are the best guys, and that's what I want to go against. I want to go against the best guys. I don't want to go against some average purple belt that trains 2 times a week.
Yeah.
I don't want to go against that. I want to go against somebody that's been training every day, just like me. I lost to Will Tackett, who's a purple belt, but he's been training since he's like 6-7 years old, and he's 17 now. So he's not your average purple belt.
Yeah, obviously.
He has been on a tear recently, just winning everything. And he's got a super fight against Jason Rao coming up at Kasai, which look into that one because that one is going to be in fuego.
Lit.
Gonna be litty.
That's cool.
But no, yeah. I want to go against the best because that's gonna make me train harder when I lose.
Yeah.
I went up against black belt out of Wagner Rocha's school, Yuri Villafort, and we went into overtime, and he ended up choking me out. It just made me want to work harder. I don't want to, mow through people in 30 seconds because they don't train as much or whatnot. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that sounds kind of douchey. I just want to go against the best people that I'm allowed to go against or I can go against. If people want to take a match with me as a black belt, then cool. But I've run into a couple times already where a guy says, "You're just a purple belt. I'm not going to take a match against you." Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. You just got to take the matches that come to me and just roll with it.
Yeah. So I'm kind of finding like maybe some inconsistencies here. So like you've had people like drop out of fights with you because of them being injured, but you won't do that. So do you think like me personally, one of the reasons like I decided to really not go through with the Naga thing, because sure I could have protected the foot and played, just smart, but one of the things I really wanted to do was go for leg stuff, because I just I've been training with you a lot, and I want to bring a heel home that's sacrificed to the foot gods. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of giving your opponents the best version of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like
it depends on the situation.
It depends
too,
on the
of
injury,
course.
man. Like like I said, none of my injuries have been too crazy. My knees just started feeling better a couple months ago, so there's probably something majorly wrong there, but whatever.
Yeah. You silly. Control, bro.
But no, I mean, I don't take anything. If you're injured, you're injured, dude. I'm not gonna hold that against somebody for having to back out of a match because they're injured.
I feel like it daisy chains like what's going on, because like you get the injury that makes you change your game up, that changes your mental, like if it's too close to a fight, I feel like it's a legitimate thing.
I didn't really change my game up too much when I got injured.
With the knee thing.
No, or my ankle. I played my game. If I got caught, I got caught. It's funny. So with my ankle, I did finishers. The inaugural Finishers Open, and made it to the finals, where I lost to my teammate Diego, who didn't even have his grip locked up around my heel, and it hurt, and I was tapping immediately. And
Diego who?
Diego Ponce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's killer,
he's
dude.
Good at Smash Bros.
Oh,
I play Smash.
You hear that, Diego? You're really good at Smash Bros, bro.
No, I'm sure he's a killer on the mat.
Yeah,
too.
he's
I haven't seen him since that one fight he did at Subarena. I'm pretty sure he won too.
Oh, against that was the one where I ripped off Edwin Albino's heel.
Oh,
that
man.
one.
Jesus,
Yeah.
bro.
I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't know. Whatever.
Who did Diego fight though?
He Sergio Villas. 190.
I know the name, but
He's a purple belt as well. I guess he goes up and trains with Donahers. And I forget what school he does, but I think that was the last time I saw him. But I think he got injured at another tournament that he did, and he took some time off for that. So I think he's gonna be competing again shortly, hopefully, because he's a beast. Oh, he has some cocaine.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh man, indeed. No, that's awesome. So do you think the benefits of training no gi against training gi are better in like a general purpose situation? Maybe I'm not trying to say in a street fight, but do you think if you train more in gi, you lose more if you translate it to no gi, or do you think?
Well, I think if you plan on competing in the gi a lot and not so much in no gi, then you should train gi. Mm-hmm. If you plan on competing no gi a lot, like I do, then train no gi. Which I would like to make a gi debut one of these days, but I don't really want to do it in a points format where I'm just gonna get pointed to death because I don't really know any. Like I want to be able to not feel like I'm falling behind and just play the normal game that I play, but with a gi on, which are gonna be grips involved, but I won't get if they pass me, whatever. You still gotta submit me.
Yeah.
You can't just hold me here now. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
Which I think is a problem a lot of the times. But I mean, I've seen some wicked cool gi matches, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, even that judo match.
Yeah, that was crazy. That blew my mind. Yeah, that blew my mind. Then you got gi matches like probably the most boring match of the night was Presley and Morris, where they just sat in each other's butterfly guards and was fighting the gi grips.
I don't know. That Tex one was pretty.
Yeah, but that wasn't a gi match.
I guess it wasn't. Oh, you're saying like only gi
Yeah,
matches?
yeah, like I was just referring to a gi match. But I mean, like you have stall matches in no gi too, like you said. I mean, there's just that's why I don't really get why people go back and forth between gi and no gi, how one's superior than the other, because you're gonna get stalling in both kinds of martial arts, or not both kinds of martial arts because it's the same one, but you're gonna get stalling in both formats, so it doesn't really doesn't bother me. I just train. If I can throw the gi on and feel like I'm doing something, then I'm happy. If not, well, then I get crushed and I learn what not to do.
Do you prefer like points or submission only stuff?
Sub only, for sure.
Yeah.
My preferred rule set's EBI
Yeah.
rule, sub only, 10 minutes, 3 rounds OT, you know. But points, I probably don't like it just because I'm not good at it. If I wanted it, but I've done points tournaments before. I'm getting better at passing, so y'all better watch out for that. Don't be sleeping on this passing game anymore. I'm not just heel hooks and toe holds.
Yeah.
You know, I got another game that nobody has really seen yet, and you know, maybe if I took time to do the local Yoko tournaments that people could see it, but I'm just gonna stick to what I know best, and that's leg locks, and I'm gonna try and heel hook everybody and toe hold everybody that I go against. So. And if you really want to, if you really want to know my style, or you know, it's not too hard to look on my Instagram page and just see, you know, 40 fucking leg locks on there that I've done. It's out there for everyone to see, so I'm not hiding anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not hiding my style. You know, if you're gonna come at me, I want you to know what you're going against, and most people do nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
It's cool having a reputation. That
it is kind of cool. It is kind of cool, and then at the same time, it really sucks because like I had a match at the last Sogi event where Valley was in it, and my one super fight was with a Henzo guy, and the first words out of his mouth when I pulled the guard, he's like, "Don't let him get the 50-50," and I'm like, "Oh man, cover's blown." So.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Cover's blown. Oh shit.
But I mean, that's what I do. I get the 50-50 and I work from there. That is my favorite position, regardless of what you think, Matthew Kaplan. I love 50-50. So.
That's awesome. So, what advice can you give people that are kind of starting jiu-jitsu or want to get into jiu-jitsu or even any martial art?
Just, you know, most places do have the free trials that you can do. You know, take a trial, dude. Don't be afraid to jump into it and get beat up. That's the thing that people don't like the most. Is they get beat up. They don't like that their egos are getting broken. You got to go in with a simple mind. You know, all right, this is something new. I'm not going to be good at it. Just like anything else you do. When you were a kid, were you good at reading books? No. But you kept reading, and then eventually you got good at reading a book. Pretty much what jiu-jitsu is. People are books. I can read what you're going to do before you do it. Just by your body. By the way you're standing. Okay, he's going to try and jump over me. You got to be ready for that. It's going to take a while to get there, though. You know, you got to be willing to put like 6, 7, 8, 9 months in before you even begin to get good, usually. You got to be willing to get beat up. Tap early, tap often. You can't have that, man, this shit ain't going to work on me mindset, because you're either, one, going to get hurt, or two, you're not going to enjoy yourself, and you're not going to want to come back ever again and train.
Yeah.
So.
That being said, Nogi Baseball bat choke doesn't work.
Funny story about that. So this clown right here made a statement in front of myself, Pat McElderry. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Or is it McElderry?
I think I usually say it the second way.
McElderry?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got Andrew Cockle, It's not coachal, people. It's cockle.
Yo,
Hence
they
why
said that wrong at Fight to Win.
I know. Hence why he always comes out with a rooster mask on anymore, 'cause it's a cock. Get it? Cockle.
Cock EL.
I'm just throwing that out. All right, I got you.
Hashtag.
I got your back, Andrew. Don't worry. I forget where we were even going with it. Oh, the Nogi, the Nogi baseball bat choke. And he said in front of all three of us, and all three of us proceeded to literally only go for Nogi baseball bat chokes that night. And we all succeeded.
Look, man. You didn't all succeed, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I think the first day, only one of you got it. And
Well,
it was you.
It was me.
And it was you.
You were gagging like a hooker.
It was rough. It was rough. And then I really didn't recant my stance on it. I just said you have to be purple belt and up for it to work.
I think you said it had to be a black belt and up, because I don't think I hit it the first night. I was too busy heel hooking you.
Oh yeah.
And then the second night, and then the second
when you first
second
started coming,
the second
dude, you
night,
touched my feet. I just tapped. You were like, dude, we're standing.
Yeah. The second night, you said it only works on black belts. I think Pat's the one who was the only one that was able to hit it on you. So then I took that as
he got it on me.
as a sign of disrespect. So that was the only submission attempt I went for on you. And I got
six
it.
minutes was all you needed.
That's all I needed. I said it out like you could have just sat like this the whole time and defending it, but that was good. It was a good roll.
No, it was a great roll, actually. That was like the first, like I was really looking forward to it, because I'm like, he's not gonna go for feet. So, like, I can actually try to roll with this guy, and you eventually did get it.
Yeah.
That was a very fun roll, memorable. It's burnt in my memory.
So
My Adam's apple.
we have two guys at our gym that pretty much love the Nogi baseball bat choke. Quinn. Quinn Purrier, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
It's like Purr.
Yeah.
He was just on the.
He was on,
SAGC.
which I couldn't believe Dvory withstood his Darce choke, because he's got a mean Darce choke. That was a fucking fantastic match that they had together, which I was excited to see. And I said to him, I was like, dude, he's gonna go for your feet. You gotta defend those feet. He's like, all right.
Dude,
So
every fight that Matt did was hella entertaining.
Yeah,
Man.
no, that was a fun event that went down. I
Yeah.
can't wait to be on it again. See who.
Who do you think they're gonna line you up with?
I don't know.
If I had pool, I would tell you who I'd
yeah.
expect
Yeah,
it to be, but they don't tell me till the last minute.
I don't care who it is, man. I'll take anyone. Don't matter. Like I said before, I want to go against the best to try and beat the best and try and be the best. 'Cause that's the only way you're gonna get to the best, is to be the best.
All day.
Science,
bro. I'll drink for that. Do we have any questions? Can you
I
check
don't know.
quick?
Do we have any questions? Nobody cares about little old me.
I
There's 3
disagree.
people watching at one
Yep.
point.
Oh,
That's
man.
cool. Yeah, see? Mr.
Okay.
Popular.
Okay. Yeah.
It's going
Okay.
down.
How long have we been running?
I don't know. How long?
An hour.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't think you're recording. It says 0.
What is not
The
recorded?
Next to the live. Like, it says live and then it says record. Yes.
No, it's fine.
No.
It doesn't record. It's either stream or record. Yeah, so we're streaming. We're fine. Double check that though. Now you got me worried.
No, you're streaming.
All right.
But
Yeah, we've probably been going about an hour.
Yes.
I think most of the jiu-jitsu guys I've had on is about 2 hours. This
Yeah.
is
yeah.
that's when I stopped thinking of stuff to throw at you, at your brain.
No, it's actually been pretty fun so
Yeah,
far.
man. I'm glad you took the time to come out.
Yeah, no, it's been
Didn't
cool.
bail on me like last week.
No, last week I was busy.
No doubt, bro. I understand. I don't get mad at people. Life happens.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. Yeah, SAGC runs a pretty cool event. Haven't really seen anybody else throw down that best 2 out of 3, so that's pretty cool. I might catch you one time, but it could have been luck, and then you catch me another time or another 2 times, and then I was like, damn. Or you get a match like Andrew and Mateus, which was fucking 18 minutes of back and forth, and I think Mateus hit him with like 7 or 8 different foot sweeps. that dude is a fucking animal.
Yeah, dude, and his top pressure,
Ah.
from what Andrew was telling me, felt like a fucking house was on him.
Yeah. Thor has the same thing, man.
Yeah.
If you let him, well, not let. He just pretty much gets there. He just gets there.
He'll
Yeah.
get there. If you roll with him,
he'll get
he'll
there.
show you.
Yeah, and he gets inside control, and he just has that pressure, and it's just ridiculous. And I'm sure people have tapped to it. I won't tap to it. No, sure. I don't tap to that shit. I'll
Tap
go.
to pressure?
No. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. You can't breathe. You cannot breathe. It is like a chest compression. I'm like, no, dude. Here, take this instead. Take this arm instead. I don't want you on top of me anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Andrew, I think one time got me with this bullshit. That
Oh, the
air
smother?
choke. Yeah.
There's a funny story about that. I was rolling with one of Padilla's black belts today, Andrew Scott, and yeah, I'm gonna say it. I smothered him, and he started licking my hand. He's like,
that's fucking awesome,
he
bro.
started.
That's fucking awesome.
So
it's a good strategy, bro.
So once after he did that, he started licking my
Like,
hand. So I was like, all right, dude, here comes a face crank, and I just went right across. Anything below the eyes is the fucking neck, baby. And I went right across the fucking face and cranked the shit out of it.
Holy
and
shit,
I was like, if you're gonna lick my hand, I was like, I'm just gonna go for that face crank, babe. And he's like, honestly, he's like, most people just let go. And I started licking their hand. I was like, oh, so you're a serial hand licker? You fucking weirdo.
That's funny as shit, bro. Fuck. Dude.
Fucking people, man.
No, that's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds hilarious. Oh, man. So let me ask you, like, you obviously see the culture at Valley.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty, like, we have a
pretty
good
laid
group
back.
of, we have a good group of dudes. Like, you can say anything. Everyone laughs. You know what I mean? Like, we all take each other with a grain of salt. Like, no one takes anyone too seriously or anything like that. Can you say similar things for 10th Planet Bethlehem?
Oh yeah. You should hear the shit that gets said. I won't repeat any of it because it is
Earth's flat.
No, it gets pretty wild in there some nights, and it's just like you're either gonna fit in there or
wash out.
Yeah, I mean it gets pretty wild. We try and tone it down when like fundamentals class is in there and everything, and that's when it's usually more serious, obviously, because they're trying to learn.
Good first impression.
Yeah, well, not even good first impression. It's like it's breaking down techniques more, where in advanced class we're usually doing like 2 or 3 different techniques, just new stuff, and then just live drilling. So it's a little bit more of a over the top atmosphere, should I say, for advanced class. We get pretty wild in advanced class. But yeah, fundamentals, it's focus and learn and break it down. Like Zack and JM and Thor and Gabe when he was up here. Now he's down at 10th Planet Miami, rocking it out down there. They're just so good at breaking down, one move and breaking it down into 6 or 7 different steps, and it helped. That's why we have so many people like Grace and Thor, and even the people you never heard of because they don't like to compete. They're killers, man. Killers. We have 3 OG Bomb Squad members that they like to call them because they were back when Hammer was where 10th Planet Allentown started originally, and then they moved to Bethlehem. Greg, Henry, Matt Koch, and Mike Henninger, all in their 40s and all super strong and super good, and I think Matt said he's been training for 13 years. Greg's probably been training for 13 years as well, something like that, 13, 14, 15. And Mike's been killing it as well, and they're all in their mid-40s, and no fucking excuses. You see him in there every night. And hats off to those guys. I hope I'm still training that hard when I'm in my 40s, man.
No doubt.
It is, it's crazy. Well, like you said, you're either going to fit in or you're not. It's at certain points, like, some people are into that kind of stuff, and then other people just stay quiet and train. Like Grace doesn't say a word. the only time she speaks is if like I ask her a question, or if I say hi, she says hi. She's super shy, but I mean, she just lets her jiu-jitsu speak for itself.
Yeah.
I
Are there a
mean,
lot of females in there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You think you have a good mix?
Yeah, for sure. We're starting to get more females in now. There's one girl, Sharon, has pretty much a boxing background, and I'm not sure how long she's been training jiu-jitsu with us, but she's doing Battle at the Beach this weekend,
Nice.
along with Laura Kent, who is a blue belt of ours, and she's been murdering the scene lately. She's got a Naga expert belt, which I believe was absolute women. What, 150 and over, I think they do, or something like that, is considered. I don't know. But yeah, she's fucking big ass chicks up, and she's not even that big. She's probably like 6. I think she said 6'1", and like my body type, slender, and just a killer. Getting really good really quick, and so is Sharon, man. Sharon's like, I don't even think she's been training like 6 months, and I rolled with her for the first time, and she's just got a pace that's just boom. This was like round 6 or 7, and just keeps like that smash pace, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, chill, but I mean, it's good. It's good for her, because I mean, I don't
Especially
have.
if she's competing.
Yeah.
It's good to keep that edge.
Yep.
No, it's awesome.
So it's cool. Had a whole bunch of kids of ours compete today, and they all murdered it. Little Bam Bam winning another one. I don't remember the last time that kid lost. It was probably like before I started training. That kid's an animal. I'm gonna be scared of him when he gets grown man strength.
Grown man strength.
He
Yeah.
is.
Once the testosterone starts.
Oh man, I think he's
building.
like 9 or 10, and just 3 kid championships in a row out in Las Vegas.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just murders everyone. He is going to make his parents very happy one day when he's super successful, which, I mean, that's all parents want for their kids, is just, find something they love to do and be successful at it.
Yeah.
That's what my mom always says to me. I was before jiu-jitsu, I was in a dark place, man. It was production job where I was going in doing the same thing every night, and just fucking depressed, dude. And then I found jiu-jitsu and bowling and
Bowling? Yeah?
Bowling.
Is that
I
what
love
it's-
bowling.
What are some of your hobbies that you do besides jiu-jitsu? Tell me some little-known facts about Zack.
Little known facts.
Hidden skills, hidden talents.
I love bowling. I'm pretty good at it.
You
Have about a
I hate
180,
fucking bowling.
185, 190
You
average.
fucked me up on that like you fucked me up in jiu-jitsu.
Baseball. I love baseball. I used to be a pitcher in high school.
No shit. Nice.
And basketball. Played basketball. I've literally played just about every sport there is to play. I love sports. Love being outdoors. I actually used to be a professional gamer too.
You used to be a pro gamer?
Yep.
What you used to
Call of Duty.
Oh yeah?
I've stopped playing Call of Duty after Ghost. It got shit real quick.
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare killed it for me.
Yeah.
Killed it. I was like, no more.
Yeah. So now it's all like kind of.
Now I'm a professional jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Well, it's just like I'm like the shit talking makes sense because obviously Modern Warfare 2. Was
Oh,
probably one of the
dude,
babies.
I was
I could tell you were one of the
I
dudes
was
in the
the
lobby.
king of shit talking on Call of Duty. Let
So
me
now
tell
I
you.
see where it fucking
Oh
comes
yeah,
from.
the king of shit talking.
Oh shit.
They didn't want no smoke on Call of Duty neither, man. Let me tell you what.
That's fucking awesome. Did you play like competitions, like actual competitions?
Yeah, mainly just online though. Like I never went to any like regional shit, but we always did competitions online and whatnot.
Did you make money?
A couple times.
That's fucking awesome,
Yeah.
man. I did not know that.
Yep.
What games do you play now?
I don't have time for games.
Yeah, fair enough.
Borderlands, if I ever. Dude, Borderlands
The new one
3
is
coming out. Dude, it's gonna
Yo,
look
let me
sick.
know, bro.
PlayStation 4.
All right.
Ah.
I don't have a PS4.
You
but
gotta get one. You gotta sell the guitar and get one.
Oh my fucking god! This fucking god.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Borderlands
Dude,
franchise.
best game ever.
Dude, it's
the best game ever.
I don't know if I'd say best game
The-
ever.
the
but
best.
It's great. It is a great franchise.
The best. I played Madden for a little bit, for a couple of years, and it's just so fucking trash. I just gave that up.
Nah,
My boy was like, he's like, yo, get Madden. I was like, yo, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
I just get so angry playing that shit. Like,
I don't like sports games. Because
dude,
if I can do it
like
in
I
real
jump
life,
up
I
to
don't
catch a
wanna play
fucking pass, and like the cornerback like jumps through my body, like apparently it's transparent and picks the ball up. I'm like, how is that fucking real?
It's like anything that I can actually do. I don't want to play a video game that does it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can go around and kill people too, like Grand Theft Auto. The fuck.
Just need some PCP.
Yeah.
Oh shit! There's your cheat codes right there.
Yeah,
Infinite
baby.
Health right there. Fucking A. Oh, that's funny as shit, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Borderlands. If I get a PS4, I'll do it.
Dude,
I was-
Borderlands
I'm pr-
3
It's
is
probably
looking
gonna be on
lit.
PC is where I'm gonna get
Yeah.
it. So that's where I do most of my gaming now.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I saw your 3
Oh yeah, yeah.
screen set
That's
up in
not
there.
mine, but pretty much. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Your
That's my
fucking
buddy Joe
comment
set up.
section over here. Your
Yeah.
wardrobe section over here, and then the game section in the middle, or whatever they do.
It's
I
like
don't know.
2 keyboards and 2
Yeah.
mics. That's crazy. Oh man. So, let me ask you, how do you balance work life with jiu-jitsu?
Oh, it's
'Cause
fucking.
you said you're a diesel mechanic.
Yeah, it's
That's
awful.
fucking taxing work, man.
Oh,
That's
dude,
not
I
a
drive
fucking
about
desk job.
40 minutes to an hour each way, depending
Oh
on
my
traffic.
god, dude.
Some days kicks your ass as a diesel mechanic, especially when it's hot out.
Oh, dude.
I was dripping sweat the one day, and it's
Good for
just
cutting weight.
yeah. You get home and it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I gotta take a shower. I want to relax a little bit, unwind. And then I usually leave for training at like 7:30, 7:20, somewhere around there. Gotta get something to eat.
7:20 p.m.
Yeah,
You have night classes?
our advanced classes are about 8 to 9:30. Well, I don't get home till like 11:30 because we roll. I don't leave there until like 10:30 sometimes.
That's pretty cool. I wish Valley would do later classes.
Yeah, well, maybe I can.
Yeah, Friday we should do late.
Wednesdays I can do late class Wednesday too. Friday.
You've been
Fridays.
teaching Wednesday?
No, I can. Wednesday classes at 10th Planet for advanced are usually early.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't make 6 o'clock there. You know, like I said, I
Yeah.
get home at like 5 o'clock. So, in order to shower and eat and relax or whatever, not even relaxing. You know, it's just I
Yeah.
gotta shower. I gotta let the dogs out. Gotta feed the dogs. Make them happy. Spend time with them a little bit. I got 2 pit bulls. You know, they need some loving too.
Yeah, no doubt. For our babies.
Fuck yeah, dude. We gotta take care of them.
You have any pictures of them?
Oh, I got
Show the stream.
loads of pictures. They can look it up on Instagram.
Nice.
Russia Style 10P.
That overlay's pretty dope. Tell me
Right
that over.
there.
Oh, that's
Or is
that
it
was
that
me. That's mine.
How do I look?
That-
That one.
Oh shit, that's funny. That overlay's that thing came out pretty solid, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you like the hashtags I gave you?
Yeah, hashtag, what was that, Footlock
I
God?
put hashtag 10th planet for you, hashtag BJJ, hashtag leg lock specialist,
Okay,
hashtag
okay.
Nogi, and hashtag 10P Bethlehem.
Oh, yeah. Representing
Yeah.
B-Town.
No doubt.
Hashtag
B-Town.
trainer don't. That's our motto, dude.
Is that the motto?
That's our motto. Trainer don't, dude. Like, there's no,
in between.
yeah, it's just show up, or if you don't show up, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna hold your hand and make you show up. You know, there's a couple
Yeah.
guys that just don't show up anymore, so they don't.
Yeah.
So they don't.
Yeah.
Which sucks,
Life
cause
goes on, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of them will come back. You know,
Yeah,
life
life gets in
happens,
the
dude.
way, dude.
Life
No
happens,
doubt.
man. It got in the way with me with school. I was doing school, working full time with overtime, and I was literally only training from like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were my only 3 days I was training for about a year of my 3 years in September. Yeah, about a year. And that sucked. I hated not being in the gym. Plus, I hated having to go get only like 3 hours of fucking sleep a day, if that, when I was lucky.
Dude.
If I was lucky, I would,
That's fucking terrible, dude.
yeah. So I would wake up Sunday, I would wake up probably around 11, 12 o'clock Sunday, going to work at 3. Actually, I would probably wake up more just to go train. I would probably wake up at like 9 in the morning, go to 10th Planet Bethlehem, do 11 a.m. sessions and whatnot, and then go to work. And I wouldn't get back to sleep until I got home from work or from school Wednesday at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I would be up from Sunday till Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with literally no sleep because I was working overtime. I was going to school from 6:30 to about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And then I would drive an hour home to go to work and be at work by 4.
How the fuck did you stay awake? You must have been just pounding
Monsters. Lots of
Kyle.
monsters. Yeah. That was my tap out shirt.
Yeah. Oh shit, I just realized what you said. Fuck.
Yep. And then I said luckily I was at a place where they were willing to work with me while I was going to school, because like, what are they gonna do? I'm just be like, all right, well, I fucking quit then. You know, you're not willing to work with me, I'm just gonna quit. Whatever. This is not what I'm gonna be doing the rest of my life.
You said you were doing like a production job.
No, I was actually a trailer tech while I was going to school. Which pretty much all the tractor trailers you see, like all the trailers going down the road, I was working on those.
Like just servicing them and stuff.
Tire changes, brake jobs, drums, brake chambers, the little legs in the front, replacing those, all that shit. But they were at least willing to work with me. I said, dude, I gotta take off Wednesdays. I said, I can't be doing no sleep a whole week. I said, at least let me cut it in half. Let me do 3 days of no sleep for fucking 15 hours, and then another 3 days of no sleep or whatever it would be. And they were cool with it.
How long did you do that for?
About 6 months out of
Jesus Christ, dude. How are you not fucking like mentally challenged or whatever by now?
I mean, some people would argue I am. So
Dude, that's not cool. Like, to do that to your brain and your body. Like, that's you're probably gonna die when you're 50.
Something's got to kill me. That's my motto. Something's got to kill you. Why be safe? Something's gonna kill you eventually. But no. Then I started training again, and that's when I got back into 6-7 days a week. Took my leg lock game to the next level, which I'm pretty confident in my legs right now. So
no doubt, you should be. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people anybody wants to know how I started. 4 steps to leg locks, to learning and at least having a base understanding. And I say it every time I do a class, every time I do a private lesson, a seminar. 1, you got to know what position you're in. So obviously you need to know your positions. 2 is defense, which each position there's going to be a different defense. 3 is when you can start learning to attack, because if you don't know how to defend, then you can't attack if you don't know how to defend something. And then 4, you can start countering, because how are you going to counter if you don't know the attacks, the basic attacks? You can't do none of that you can't defend without knowing your positions, can't attack without knowing, or can't attack properly without knowing how they're going to escape. If I know what attack I'm applying, if I know I'm an outside heel hook and I know your defense is to roll that way, and I can lock that hip in to prevent you from rolling away, then I've just succeeded, because I know your defense to my attacking, which I had to know the defense in order to get to that position anyways. And then countering, which is the honey stick, honey dick, all kinds of shit. Some people like to counter and disengage. I like to counter and re-engage. That's me. I'm you're gonna jump on my legs. That's what I want, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
About to play some chess.
Pretty much. It's about to get heated up in this bitch.
What got you into jiu-jitsu? Like, how did you decide you were going to start doing BJJ?
So pretty much it was a real bad breakup I was going to with my ex, and my one friend Lauren drugged me out of the house to go bowling. So I sucked. Awful. And I wasn't going to accept that I sucked at something. So I started bowling more and bowling more and bowling more. I was in there every day, you know, just like how I am with jiu-jitsu. I was probably bowling like 4 or 5 times a week until I got really good. And then became pretty good friends with one of the managers there, Justin. Hung out with him and his now wife, Nikki. And their little Remy Reinheimer. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
And he is a black belt in karate. So I went to the karate school, and we did a little bit of grappling there, but not really like jiu-jitsu wise, like it wasn't even close to what Bethlehem was.
Mm-hmm.
And but obviously I didn't know that at this point. Did a tournament and got smoked, and met the crew that I'm with now, and literally signed up the next day.
So you were doing karate.
Karate.
And they karate.
Karate.
Yeah. So
Daniel-san.
Yeah, Daniel-san. Sweep the leg, Daniel-san. So you started doing that, and there was grappling in that karate school.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. But you went to a grappling competition?
Yeah.
Was it a jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
competition?
it was a good fight. It was a good fight tournament.
Shit.
And I thought I was the shit because I was fucking up everybody in the school that didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu wise. I mean, as a stand-up school, they're really good. You know, there's a couple of good guys in it. Really good karate, really good tang sudo, and taekwondo is like the major disciplines in that karate school.
A lot of kicks in there.
Yeah, and they were really good, and they were just starting to implement a grappling program because our sensei wanted us to be well-rounded, and that's pretty much when I like. As soon as we started doing the grappling, there is when I fell in love with
the rolling,
with the rolling and everything, and that's how it started for me. I went to a tournament, like I said, good fight, and got smoked. I mean, I shouldn't say I got smoked. I made the overtime, and I couldn't escape mount because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But other than that, yeah, I thought that was my only match, so I ended up leaving right after that match and went to Joe's Crab Shack. And I look on the phone then to see that I had another match. Would have been for a 3rd place match, and it was actually one of the guys that I trained with. I was like, damn it, he probably would have smoked me back then, but it would have been fun. I could have had another match. I didn't know any better, so I left.
So you just kind of struck up conversation with them, like, hey, you guys are really good.
Well, the story about that is so one of the guys there, Ross Scher, who also is a producer of Finisher's podcast.
Oh shit.
Got slammed because he put the dude in the armbar, and the dude picked him up like this and just went, gadoosh! And there's no slamming at Good Fight. And I was standing over on the far side of the mat to where it happened, and my coach now, JM, literally went streaking across the mat like, yo, how the fuck you gonna slam that dude? Like, kick that motherfucker out of here. Like, all kinds of crazy shit. I was like, what's going on, dude? Like, it's getting like ghetto up in here, and then I was just looking at the back of the shirt and noticed that there was a 10th Planet Bethlehem. Like, obviously I was like, I didn't know there was a 10th Planet near me. So I walked in, I think it was like the week after or whatever, and they had just flown out for Gracie's match out at EBI. So Thor was my first instructional personnel at 10th Planet Bethlehem, and I did alright. You know, I held my own, kind of, sort of, not really.
Yeah, I mean, you're fucking just starting, obviously.
Yeah. And from there, it was like 2 days a week or whatnot, and I was still at the karate school for 2 days a week, and then I quit my job at DECA.
Oh, so you were working at DECA, huh?
Yeah. And
that's a good way to get, like, cancer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I'll probably die by 50 regardless. And once I quit there, fired, quit, same thing. I just didn't know what to do. I looked around for some work and shit, and then ended up going back to school. So once I went to school, I had to quit karate because they were only open Monday through Thursday, and obviously I couldn't make it because I was doing night classes. So that's when I went full time to 10th Planet Bethlehem. For like the first 6 months of school, I had no job, so I was just kind of living off of what I had saved up and everything. Then eventually the savings ran out. Had to get a job. Started working at AutoZone for a little bit. That was pretty cool. Made some really cool friends with my manager Brittany, and she knew her shit, and she kind of taught me a lot of shit while I was going through school. And so from there I went to the trailer tech job, which just completely blew everything out of the fucking water.
That's the one that had you working 3 days consecutive.
Yeah, I was and then now I'm here, diesel mechanic, graduated 4.0, going in there not knowing anything. And it was funny, I was talking to my mom, and I was like, I'm gonna go be a diesel mechanic. She's like, what? She's like, you don't know anything about fucking cars, how are you gonna know anything about diesel trucks? I'm like, I'm gonna go to school. She's like, you're sure? I was like, yeah. She's like, half the people in there are gonna like be miles ahead of you. I'm like, so, they gotta go over the basics just like any other school.
Yeah.
So I set up a meet and greet with a recruiter down there, which they just want to sell you the shit anyways. But I was like, yeah, and like, cause I asked him, I was like, I know nothing, and he's like, that's fine. He's like, plenty of people come here that know nothing. I was like, okay, like they have like basic classes and start from there. He's like, yeah, everything starts from the basic, a lot of book work, a lot of, it's like 70-30 book to lab. So I was like, all right, whatever. I started there, get into class, I'm like super fucking nervous the first day, and we start going over like basic hand tools. I'm like, oh, okay, this is easy. I know what a fucking screwdriver and a hammer is and pliers are. I've worked with tools my entire life. And the one girl there, she's like, what's this tool? It was like a pair of pliers or like vice grips or whatever. I'm like, I am okay. I know what a pair of vice grips are. I will succeed at this. And I made it a goal to graduate with a 4.0 and to be accepted into 2 other advanced programs after the main diesel program, which I did get accepted into.
To do what?
Work on Cummins engines, and then Peterbilts. So I got accepted into both of those, which is really hard to get into Peterbilt. You got to have like a certain amount of time, like I think it was like 90% attendance rate, and had to have like a 3.5 GPA or something like that to get in, which obviously I met that. I had like a 98 or a 99%.
So you got separate certifications for Peterbilt and Cummins.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So when I went to my job that I'm at now, I could pretty much whip my dick out and be like, look it, I got all these certifications as well, so pay me more money.
Swag.
So I was able to get like extra $3 over the other guys that started there.
So you mainly work on like fleet trucks and stuff like that?
Yeah, like the fleet send them like the major work to our dealership. Like it's pretty much.
So you have a dealer. You work at a dealership.
Yeah, I work at a dealership,
Right.
I do everything.
What kind of dealership?
Peterbilt dealership, international Peterbilt dealership.
So you're biased. I was gonna kind of start asking you like, what's the best truck to work on? But
it's definitely not international.
Okay.
I fucking hate those fucking things.
Yeah. What specifically about them sucks? Proprietary connectors and all that shit.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking over-engineered. But I even hate working on fucking MX engines, which is a Peterbilt engine. I fucking hate that shit. is so over-engineered as well. Like, I'd much rather work on. You give me anything Cummins, I'll sling my dick all around that thing. And I love working on Cummins engines. I actually wanted to try and go to a Cummins only spot, but I just stick it out here. I like the people I work with right now, so I'll just let it chill there for a little bit.
That's cool. No, that's respectable, man.
Yep. But no, it's fun. It's hard. It's dude, for the first 6, 7, 8 months of doing this, going from a school atmosphere to real life work kicked the shit out of me. Like, I honestly, like, at one point I was like, did I make the right choice? Because like, I was fucking shit up left and right. I was breaking everything. I was like, I don't know if I made the right choice. And then just recently I started getting better. My times are getting better, because everything's, my time's valuable to them. 70% is what they want out of you, and I was getting like 40, 50% production, and I was like, and then now I'm up to my 60s and 70s now, so.
No, that's awesome.
So it's
nah,
just,
man, I work in IT.
Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you right now, man, when you first start out, you're like fucking like Googling like YouTube, show me what the fuck is any of this. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I had
this wasn't in school. Who the fuck, you know what I mean?
Exactly. A lot of the shit that I started making a notebook. Anything these guys told me, I was like, boom, I'm writing that down. Boom, I'm writing that down. And that really helped me too. Writing it down firsthand, and then that really impressed my manager and my foreman, so that probably kept me from getting fired a couple times. Just because I had a willingness to slap that bitch.
Look at this guy. Combat Jiu-Jitsu, bro. Wait, I gotta have a knee on the ground first?
Yeah.
Wait.
Dude, relax.
I'm gonna get him, bro. I'm gonna get him, bro.
Relax.
I ain't even in my gi, bro. Oh, shit. No, that's fucking cool, though. So, have you ever thought about, like, doing... like, a friend of mine, his dad owns, like, a bunch of trucks, and he has, like, a maintenance shop that works on them, and he's kind of, like, double dipping there. Do you have any aspirations like that? You guys can... Like, those guys make fucking bank doing that shit, man.
Probably not. I can't drive. I can't get a CDL, so I probably won't be able.
Transmission blew, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. That was pretty fun too. Learn how to drive a stick shift vehicle with no training. Grind until you find him, baby. Did that a couple times.
Holy shit, bro.
I fucking.
Grind until you
I was sitting in the parking lot for a while, just pushing the clutch up and down, trying to find that spot. You just hear.
Oh shit!
And eventually it popped in. I'm like, oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Then I had to shift gears and I go like, oh man, I can't move.
Oh shit, bro! Grind until you find. What the fuck, bro? Holy shit, bro! You said grind until you find him, bro. Fuck, bro.
Keep on grinding.
Buy another one, you rich motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. That transmission was torn apart when it got here. No, I've gotten pretty good at it.
No,
it was only the first couple times.
That's funny as shit, bro.
Yeah. I stalled a couple of them out when I first trying to learn. But
it happens, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty good now.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
I've learned it's a lot easier just to float the gears than actually push the fucking clutch pedal in.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt. Especially like with the older ones. They
They're
know what they like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just like a girl, they know what they like.
Yeah.
You know what I like.
You just gotta learn a little bit. You know, she likes a neck touch, not a hair. All right,
yeah,
all
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome. You have any cool like mechanic stories? Like, what's the craziest shit you've seen come in to the shop?
Well,
you know, any fucking birds like trapped up in the engine bay or something?
No. One of the stories. So about 6 months in, this truck came in. So it has an intake heater which heats up the air before it heads into the cylinders, so it produces combustion, kind of like spark plugs.
Okay.
And it was throwing codes for an intake heater. So I started diagnosing and found that the connection was broken on the intake manifold itself. But what I didn't realize was that there's a bolt that goes through the intake manifold and literally is inside everything.
Of the engine.
Yeah, inside the engine. And we didn't have any special diagrams that showed us, there's a fucking bolt that's just through everything. That bolt broke off and landed in cylinder number 6. So the other op that was on the RO, the repair order that I had, said that engine is knocking. I was like, ooh, now this thing's only got 12,000 miles on it.
That's a fucking dumb design.
Yeah. Welcome to Diesel Mechanic.
That's what
I
did
say that
wrong.
every fucking day. What a stupid fucking idea this was. But we couldn't figure out how the bolt got in there. Where my snare at? We couldn't figure out how the bolt got in there. We had one of the lead engineers from Cummins come out and figure out how this fucking bolt got in there, and he pulls up a diagram and he's like, so what did you say was wrong with the intake heater? I said, it was disconnected. It was broken, like the stud was broken, but I thought it was like a top mounted bolt. I was like, it's just loose, it's chilling there. And he's like, huh. So he pulls up his little special diagram online, and he's like, he goes over and looks at the intake manifold, picks it up and looks at it, turns it upside down. There's no bolt here that connects to the manifold. I'm like, I didn't know there was supposed to be one there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's probably where your bolt came from. I'm like, holy shit. So I ended up redoing or overhauling an engine 6 months into working there after having no experience. That was a shit fest. You get like 40 hours to do it, which is obviously a work week. It took me like 2 weeks to do that. Which I was taking my time, making sure I
didn't fuck it up.
Fuck anything up when I was putting it back together, make sure everything's torqued properly and cleaned everything, the old kit and caboodle. And when it left, it ran and no knocking. And so did what the boss wanted. He says, just make sure nothing leaks and make sure everything's torqued. He's like, I don't care about time. I was like, okay, I'll see you in 3 weeks.
That's fun.
No, it was cool. That's probably my favorite story. I don't really know of anything else. It was just there's a bolt,
How long
dude.
have you been working there?
About a year. It was a year in
damn, dude.
July.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. So.
Shout out. That's awesome.
But no, finally get to go on vacation, so that'll be fun going out to California.
Who are you going with?
Me, myself, and I'm gonna stay with a couple of buddies out there. Stay with a girl out there. She's gonna hook me up with a spot to chill at. My one boy's gonna hook me up with a spot to chill at. So shout out to them.
Couch surfing, bro.
Pretty
That's
much,
the way to
dude.
go. That's the way to
Saw,
travel.
dude.
Saw, dude.
You mind if I crash on your couch? I saw it.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yep.
That's my favorite way to travel too, because they know the area too, so
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
need to pay a tour guide. It's like, oh, where's the best place to get a
I
sandwich?
don't need a guy.
Right here.
I don't need a fucking rental car. I don't need to spend
exactly.
$1,000 on a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, dude, I can't even tell you last time I was on vacation. I've just been working, and I think last time I was actually on a vacation was when I went to Hawaii.
Oh shit.
That was fun. That was
sounds
the
dope.
time of my life. Yeah, everything like going to tournaments, like I don't really consider that a vacation or anything, because I'm working still. I'm working to get that money. I'm working.
Yeah.
But this is the first time in probably 5-6 years I've had a vacation. Been grinding. It's been a rough grind, man.
No doubt, man. Well, I think fucking you deserve it.
Nah,
After
dude.
what the fuck you just told me, man.
Yeah.
Shit. I hope you come back with some cool tricks too.
Oh
I
fuck
can't wait.
yeah!
I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
go.
I can't wait. Like the Friday you get back, you're gonna be like, guys, I have so much to share.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
want that shit
taking
right
my
when it's
one and
fresh.
only gi out there. I have one shot. and it's going to Jean-Jacques Machado. I'm gonna train under Grandmaster or whatever they call him. He's a Coral Belt now. He just got his Coral Belt last year, I think. Jean-Jacques Machado, Master. Jean-Jacques Machado. Eddie Bravo's Master. So that'll be fun.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he is. Whew. I've been dreaming to get out there to roll with those guys and train under them and see what they got to go. So that'd be wicked.
You trained in Vegas before?
No, I have not.
I remember, like, I asked a group chat.
Oh yeah. I hit 10th Planet Las Vegas up. I think they got another one in Las Vegas too. I think they got 2 schools in Las Vegas, 10th Planet. It's like at West Las Vegas or something.
Brian's been looking them up. We'll see which one is cheaper to let us drop in. And shit.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're not gonna know any of the names, so just
no doubt. Just
don't work together.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, pick somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Don't work with Brian. You gotta pick somebody there. Be like, hey, we're 2 new guys. What the fuck is dogfight? What the fuck is electric chair? What are you talking about? So, take your time. Just they'll be cool.
No doubt. I mean, of course. I've yet to meet anyone in jiu-jitsu that's a real piece of shit.
I've met one person, but I'm not in the business of calling that out.
Yeah.
Just gonna leave it be. You know. So. Everybody, yeah. I mean, one person out of how many people I've met, I'll stick to those odds.
Yeah. I think generally these niche activities in sports, like the parkour community and jiu-jitsu, like one thing that's about them, man, like everyone's super warm. There's a lot of hospitality inside the sport.
Oh, for sure.
Like what you were just saying, like everyone's like, yeah, fucking come crash on the couch, man. It's just like that, man. Like a lot of just. We know we're the minority of the of the human race that are participating in these activities, man.
But it's awesome to see that jiu-jitsu is getting more popularity.
No doubt.
A lot of people coming. We have like 150 to like 200 students at 10th Planet, and it's just growing every day. We always get people walking in and everything. So it's so cool. And with Thor opening up Allentown, it's just gonna keep on rolling.
No, that's fucking dope, man. Yeah, I'm hyped to come check one of your fucking gyms out, man.
It's fun.
Both of them, really. I'd like to check them both out.
Yeah, dude. Anytime, come over to fucking Bethlehem. Nobody's gonna bite. Nobody's gonna say you can't train here.
Your classes were so late.
You know, we got late classes. We got early classes. We got all kinds of classes.
If there's like a good
Wednesdays they do 8:30 to 10 for fundamentals. Do that one. Don't just show up to an advanced class.
No doubt. Well, especially because I don't know the names.
Yeah. Not even that. It's like just a whole nother level of training. Plus, you know, Zack doesn't like to just let people that, you know, you gotta prove yourself that you can, you know, it's not just like
he doesn't just let anyone drop into advanced classes. Of course.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure. Of course. I think that's honestly a good
mainly just so somebody doesn't get hurt.
Exactly.
People lie. we get people that I mean, I'm a black belt. I've been karate since I was like the 70s, bro. Maybe not that far back, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the 90s, man. And then he's like, all right, cool, just take a fundamental class. He's like, nah, I'm not taking no fundamentals. Like, okay, well, you ain't going to advanced. It's like completely different, dude. But it's cool, man. Usually it's really, like I said, they break it down just so well. And pretty much our warm-ups are fundamentals classes, so all the moves are in fundamentals. So.
You do like drilling and shit a lot in fundamentals. That's awesome.
Pretty much breaking down the warm-ups and then doing the warm-ups until you get to that point where you just smoke through them, and then once you smoke through the warm-ups, then you guys start. You know, if it's taking long to do usually there's 4 sessions of the warm-up. So you got A1, 2, 3, and 4. Some of them are really long and really hard to understand. So sometimes we'll just break, you know, the first 2 down and then do another technique after that instead of trying to go through all 4 of them. Because, dude, I've been doing it for 3 years and I still get a lot of this shit messed up sometimes when we're doing them. So.
Especially if you have a fucking long day. I hate that when I get to class right after work.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just have that hour drive to get there, and then everyone's like, "Oh, why you fucking all over the place?" I'm like, "Bro,
Yeah,
give me some
relax.
fucking time for my
Relax.
brain to arrive. Like my brain's still on the fucking highway, bro."
Yeah, you gotta relax and
Some-
let me warm up.
Some of us work for a living.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Some people don't get that.
Yeah,
But
man.
most people do.
Yeah. No, I've been there though, man. All right, what are we doing for time?
145.
That's not bad.
145? That's pretty good, man. So, closing sentiments or anything? You want to wrap things up? And you're doing privates. Like, you are
Yes.
entertaining private lessons.
Private
so
seminars.
Y'all come after my man. Honestly, your rates are pretty solid. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to mention what you told me in case that's not like...
Yeah, I've
what
been
you
told
give
by
everybody, but-
a friend of mine down in Florida. He's like, dude, you're way too cheap. I'm like, I'm just a little purple belt trying to make my splash. He's like, nah, man. He's like, you gotta know your worth. But sticking to what I do, $40 for an hour, for a purple belt. I think that's pretty okay.
I mean, for the
if you-
consistency with the victories and stuff.
Yeah, if
I'll say too, like the one time, like I've had like the one-on-one with you just recently, you broke everything down extremely well. In fact, I really kind of like in our second segment here, like I really want to just showcase how you understand the mechanics of the movements and
Yeah.
everything, man. 'Cause you're really knowledgeable. Like it's
I
not just
just-
like go here, grab like this, and fucking explode.
yeah, I just try and dumb everything down for me, and then I explain it the way I understand it, because I figure my dumbass can understand it, then somebody else can understand it. That's probably smarter than me.
No doubt,
So,
bro.
yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
check the Q&A too, just to make sure we don't have anything lying in there?
Q&A.
Mm-mm-mm.
But $40 for one-on-one, and then if you get another person that I can just talk to both of you guys, two people, $60, so it'll be 30 for each.
Would you recommend that just so you have someone to kind of
Yeah, it's usually better. It's usually better to have two people. I can just show the move to the one guy, and then go through it to the other. Make it a little bit easier. I can fix a position outside of it better than I can trying to fix a heel hook,
From
like
being
reaching
inside,
over it.
yeah.
and It's a little different, so
No,
it's
no
a little bit
doubt.
better.
So what's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they're interested in getting a private lesson from you?
You can shoot me a DM on my. There we go. I'm getting better at it. My Instagram, Russian Style 10p, or you can hit me up on Facebook at Sergey Zack Edwards. You gotta throw the Russian twang on there. Or you can shoot me up my phone number. I have it in my highlight story. I have a whole poster in my highlight story on Instagram, so that's there. I always try and throw that up like once a week, make sure it's fresh in everyone's minds.
No doubt.
Also doing seminars right now, just doing donation-based seminars. So they show up, $10, $5, $20, whatever you can. That it helps out a lot. It helps out more than me not getting that $10, $5, $20. So, I mean, I'm not trying to rip people off. I'm not the best coach yet, but I try and I do my best. And I've been told a couple times from the privates that I've done that they've been able to understand how I teach. So I'll take that.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Like, I'm not the fucking sharpest tool in the crayon box myself, but I think the way that you break things down really it resonates with my way of understanding things. I think you're pretty good at it, man. I think you're only gonna get better too.
Yeah, oh, for sure. It's just like anything. You just gotta do it more, and hopefully with starting to teach at Valley, it'll help grow my teaching game better.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think about these schools that kind of like shy away from like the footlock stuff? Just to kind of get onto that topic again, before we end here.
I don't know what to say. I mean, they're obviously not trying to compete at a very high level if they don't do them. You at least gotta know how to defend them. Like you may not be known for a leg locker, but you gotta sure as shit know how to defend that shit. You can't just go out there and let someone rip your leg off. That's that's bad news, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like if I go out there and I had no clue what a leg lock was, I wouldn't win half the matches I know that I've won.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just say, at least do them. Fuck it, try a leg lock. You know,
Yeah,
as the old verbiage goes.
man. Train or don't.
Train or don't.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming out again, man.
Thank you.
And we'll make sure to pimp out the description. Make sure you guys check that out. We're going to put all Zach's info so you guys can just click on the links. And that's a wrap, man.
Oh, also, you just gotta do a heel hook on yourself sometime.
Oh, man.
In order to really practice it, you just gotta heel hook yourself sometime. You know how?
I wonder if I can do
You know,
that.
you just gotta. Yeah, I don't think you can, dude. I don't think you can do it.
That's
Oh, that's kind of, dude. It's kind of there.
If I didn't have
You
the
know?
if I didn't have the shoe on.
Yeah, you just gotta practice yourself sometimes. You know.
Is that how you fucking get your positioning?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Is that where you got that Russian toe hold shit from?
No, actually, that was spontaneous. That was a spontaneous match that happened at the inaugural Finishers Open. The dude, we were having a really fun back and forth match, and I just landed in a modified outside Ashi position, which I'll show you sometime. And my hand was just right over top of it. I'm like,
Let's give it a little whack.
I just
Give it a
gonna
little college try.
try this hand right in and kind of wrap up a little toe kimura here and just rip it, and it worked. So I was like, oh,
Did
let
he
me keep
cry?
working that. Was that?
Did he cry?
No.
I know. I fucking almost did the first time you put that shit on me. I was like, oh gosh, fucking.
Yeah, it comes on quick. Don't.
It does, dude. That shit is nasty. You make that up?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I try
Take
and.
this man's seminar, man.
Yeah, I do a little some.
All right, man. All right. Well, let's fucking wrap it
Let's
up.
get out of here. Let's go
All
get
right.
something to fucking eat.
Yeah, dude. I have a good spot, and if you're down, if you're not in a rush to get out.
Fuck
of here,
no, let's go get something to eat.
First round, I'll be.